The goal is for us to really be your foundation. If you're below 30,000 monthly recurring revenue, at least 50% of your time needs to be spent selling product instead of building product. People should believe in themselves. We all have imposter syndrome. And if you aren't feeling imposter syndrome, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You should absolutely try to feel that. Keep pushing and growing, and you can do it.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Level Up Your SaaS channel, your go-to hub for agencies and SaaS enthusiasts. If you're a marketer, agency, or entrepreneur looking for powerful tools, fresh ideas, and unfiltered hot takes, you're in the right place. On this channel, we dive deep into HighLevel, one of my favorite platforms, along with partner interviews, new software releases, and expert insights to help you scale faster. As a longtime HighLevel user and affiliate, I bring you the inside scoop on what's working right now. Plus, when you sign up for HighLevel through us at no extra cost to you, you'll unlock exclusive bonuses designed to help you scale faster. Check them out at levelupyoursaas.com. What you'll learn here is how to use HighLevel to grow and automate your business, exclusive partner interviews and software demos, insider news, strategies, and tips to help scale your agency, and live case studies, real-world examples, and expert insights. Whether you're just starting out or ready to take your agency to the next level, we've got you covered. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks, Bryce, for coming on. If anybody hasn't met Bryce yet, he has built this amazing SaaS platform specific to the conversation AI platform. And I'm very excited to have him on today, especially just because I feel like we had a quick connection learning about him and where he went to college and his wife, where she grew up. My grandparents taught there. So it was immediate heart connection for me. And so I've watched his journey along the way, and now I'm really excited for him and the recent announcements they've made and now are into V2. So I can't wait to learn more about the foundation and how he got started within CloseBot and everything. So I'll hand the floor off to him. But before you do, if you could start with the foundation, I'd love to hear more about how you guys got started and why.
Yeah, of course. I graduated from college, mechanical engineering degree, so I didn't even go to school for computer science. We had a baby right out of college, and I just needed to take the first job I could. I didn't do bad. Boeing, my family was so proud. I was excited. But once I got into Boeing, I realized how bureaucratic big companies were. And so that was an immediate put off. I did the best I could there, and I eventually ended up in a software group, even though I didn't go to school for that. It was a hobby of mine to automate stuff in the roles that I was in, and landed in an AI group. So
You mean Facebook group or local or?
AI software department at Boeing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So my hobby at the time was language learning. At home, I was learning language, and I was trying to tie language into this software stuff that I was studying on the side. And AI, generative AI, is a good meeting point of those two. So I was doing AI when it was much harder to do AI. I, on the side, developed a language learning site that would compare blogs you wrote in a different language to how a native speaker would do it. So that was really my foundation for language and AI while I was at Boeing. Then I got unhappy enough with working in corporate that I quit to do real estate with my wife, and quickly realized that I also didn't like sales. So trying to automate the sales process, I was like, hey, I've done language stuff with AI before. I'm just going to automate some of the sales. My wife probably wasn't happy with me because that meant less time selling and more time fiddling around with tech. And you know how that goes. That's a common pitfall. So I wasn't making much money for us, but I was getting really good at AI and software. But the real estate market kind of took a turn. This was November 2022. So post-COVID, the real estate market had a downward spiral, and I was left with just my software skills. So that's where I was left, just trying to plug this solution in for people. And a lot of people asked about HighLevel. So I eventually made it specifically for HighLevel. And it was real janky at the beginning, but now it is where it is today with the V2, huge team, about 30 people.
Wow, I didn't realize you guys were that big. Like I knew you had a lot of staff, but I didn't know it was 30. That's
Yeah,
great. Congrats.
we've had to scale up pretty fast with acquisition.
Yeah.
We brought on, I think, 12 or 14 people all at once because of that.
Okay. So you acquired their staff too?
We acquired two of their staff, but then a
Yeah.
lot of them we hired two full-time onboarding people and a bunch more support people. Because not only did we acquire Zappy Chat and plan to grow from that, so we need more support, but
Yeah.
this truly is a remarkable platform that the team has built, and we expect to need to support and onboard many more people in the coming months.
Cool. So that beginning, was Laura doing real estate as well, or was that just your venture?
Yeah, she was doing real estate. And when CloseBot started, she just came into the office a couple days a week, part time to help. I just wrote a blog on this too. You should check out the blog I wrote. It lays out the timeline better than I'll be able to recall it. But she started part time, and then I just got so busy that she had to come full time, and she just referred out her business. And now she doesn't even have time to refer out business. Like we're so
Right.
busy here that, yeah, she's our full time, like operations, HR, legal, finance.
Wow. And you guys have this amazing free option. So can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, it just got more powerful too. You can go into V2, create an account, and on the free plan, we even give you 100 free messages a month. So if you're a single business or just an agency trying to get started, you can connect to unlimited sub accounts on the free plan and do 100 messages totally for free. You don't even have to put in your API key for OpenAI or Anthropic, DeepSeek, Gemini, any of the sources or any of the providers that we support. It just works. So I have a video showing 48 seconds from hitting the registration page to connecting to a HighLevel account and getting it responsive in 48 seconds.
And I love that you guys connect with other sources. Can you tell us a little bit about your different plans? When should somebody upgrade?
If you need more than 100 messages, first of all, if you want to add users into your account, make job flows. If you want to rebill,
Okay, you guys have a rebuild function?
yeah, we really have three different types of plans. The free one, we have a business plan that's really for businesses that don't need the rebilling.
Okay.
It's cheaper for them at scale than an agency. So if you're a business, you really should stay on the business plan. The agency plan allows for rebilling through our platform. So you would put in your Stripe account, click to connect to Stripe, and then your clients that you rebill to pay and goes directly to you. And that one has white labeling that will be coming
Oh, cool.
sequentially over the next few weeks. Yeah.
Nice. So then users could log in and like edit things?
They have the ability to edit variables that you set up for them. So you still hold God power as the agency. You're still the one dragging and dropping and building the agents, but they
Okay.
can drop in variables anywhere in the settings that you want your clients to be able to edit. And that's what
Oh, that's
yeah, kind of
I
like
wish
custom
high
values
level.
in high
Yeah.
level, kind of like that.
Sweet. I wish high level would do that and lock everything else. Just
Yeah,
let
it's
people edit.
they go in there and they mess stuff up.
Yes. Cool. And I've heard you mention before, so if you could highlight on a little bit here, that there are some use cases where you say, maybe you should just stay in high level for conversation at AI. And so if you could highlight on that for a minute.
Yeah, always start there and see how it works. And if you start there and it does everything you need, stay there. There's no reason to branch out. But I've had a conversation with Farah, the
Yeah.
head of their AI, and he has made it very clear to me personally and publicly that they're focused on being like the easiest solution for high level. They're not looking to branch off and do complicated things like
Right.
conversationally qualifying a lead and then based on what you qualified them on, branching and booking on multiple different calendars and
Right.
integrating with other third-party sources conversationally. And that's just not where they're headed. So that's when you would want to come over to CloseBot.
Cool. And you guys integrate with several different platforms besides just HighLevel.
Yeah. And they would have been rolled out on launch, but because of the Zappy Chat acquisition kind of pushing things, we are probably a few weeks out on HubSpot as a native integration, and then we'll have a webhook as a native integration. But the plan is to add as many to that as possible. The goal is for us to really be your foundation. So if you want to be an agency selling AI agent solutions, you use CloseBot, and it doesn't matter what CRM your
Hmm.
customers are using, you're able to build solutions for them because you know how hard it is to get someone to change CRMs.
Right. Yep. So be the solution provider, not just you have to use this. That's great. I love how easy that sounds. Any advice for anybody that is starting a SaaS?
Yeah, don't get caught up in all the details of the tech. Just sell something first. And
Yeah, totally.
I've made this mistake in several other ventures I've done. One of the failed projects I had was building my own CRM from the ground up, and took me a year and a half to finish. And then I started selling and it just didn't sell. Like that was all time wasted. So
Hmm.
sell first, build later, especially
Yeah.
because a lot of entrepreneurs are ADHD type people and you work better under pressure anyway. So if you've already sold a solution and it doesn't exist yet, you'll be under pressure to build it. You'll probably build a lot faster.
And a lot better.
Yeah. Because then you have an actual client to match things up with.
Hmm. All right. And then one more tidbit. Since I found out you guys have 30 employees now, any advice on finding and scaling the employment side of your business and finding the right employees?
That has just, we've gotten so lucky. Caroline is one of the few people that I put out a job rec for. And I interviewed a few people and just picked who I vibed with the best. I think it's good to just focus on finding people that match and you get along really well with, even if they don't have the qualifications. Cause I didn't know what Caroline was going to do. I just knew that I was overwhelmed. So she started just as an assistant doing like office errands and managing my calendar and my inbox. But now she leads our affiliate program and is training sales and billing staff. So she's just a good person and look for that. Um,
Yeah.
Most of us have good people we know. Luckily, Max, one of our head developers, Jared, who's the product manager for our V2 team, my wife, these are all people I knew before. So I knew they were good people. So look in your sphere for people first.
Yeah. So I've done so many interviews now, and that's a recurring theme that I've heard is get people that you've known first and don't marry them into the business until you've tried them. So that's definitely a recurring theme that I've found over and over again. All right, let's talk about V2 launch. How's it going? And where do you see CloseBot in like 3, 5 years?
Launch was amazing. Of course, there have been issues, but the team has been so quick to resolve issues. For anyone who hasn't put out software into production, you can't understand. Like it is literally impossible to not have issues. So put it out there. We had issues, but not nearly as many as I thought we would. And most of our issues are around misunderstanding in the plan pricing stuff and mainly from the Zappy Chat community. So get this, just a few weeks ago is when conversations about the Zappy Chat acquisition started. And they wanted us to hit the June 9th deadline so that their users could be a part of our launch party. They had all the customers in their Stripe account. They were manually handling billing stuff. So some of the data wasn't entirely accurate. And we had to move them over to our Stripe account, move them into our billing platform to manage billing, and figure out a connection plan so that they could click to connect their Zappy Chat account to a new or an existing CloseBot V2 account. So all this stuff needed to be done in weeks while we're trying to finish out the product for launch. So yeah, it's been chaos. It,
Wow.
the Yeah, but going back to it, the main thing is just people confused on their plan stuff. how
Okay.
and why they're being billed for CloseBot. Some people don't check their emails,
Yes.
or they didn't know CloseBot acquired Zappy Chat, and then CloseBot just starts billing them. And they weren't getting emails before from Zappy Chat every time their card was billed. So some of them didn't even know they were being billed by Zappy Chat still. They forgot they bought that. And
Yeah.
now we're emailing them every time we bill them. So like all this stuff.
Let's talk about acquisition for a minute. Like building to exit and then acquiring. What was that process like?
Have you seen Silicon Valley
I haven't like physically seen it. No.
show? It's a show about,
Oh, with the TV show. No, I don't watch a lot of TV.
it's a comedy about just tech startup stuff.
Okay.
Whole journey has just been a series of unavoidable mistakes that end up working out in the long run. And this whole acquisition thing has been similar. It's just like almost comedic when I look back at how it happened. Just, Matt calling me or him like texting me and saying, "Hey, I'd love to catch up." And then like catching up and him being like, "So would you be open to buying Zappy Chat?" And I'm just like, wow, drop that on me. Um, like, okay, what would this look like? We have a lot going on right now. Maybe we can connect post launch. And he's like, well, I was hoping to have it done before launch. And I'm like, man, that's just a couple weeks away. I don't think we can do that. And then we got to talking about the details, and contractually, I just said that we would do our best, put best efforts in place, not thinking we could hit that deadline, but we did.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, everything has just been so weird, almost like something out of a movie, or it doesn't feel like real life.
Congrats. I think that's such a big lift. Do you hope to do another one?
This one's been great. I think a lot of that's because Matt is awesome.
Matt is Matt. Yeah.
We have aligned values, so that made it easy. It was funny. We were on the phone together, and there would be times where we're both just like, yeah, whatever you want, whatever's easiest. There was no real like hardball negotiation stuff. We just kind of
Yeah.
on everything. It was a win-win. So this is something that I will keep in my tool belt. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But it may not be as easy in the future as it was with Matt because, yeah, like you said, Matt is Matt.
Yeah. For sure. So Zappy Chat had a lot of training tools, etc. Are you hoping to like take those, utilize them, and like repurpose them?
Zappy Chat is being sunset on January 1st of 2026, so we won't be using any of their documentation. We use
Right.
Pro Tools on the Zappy Chat side. We try to leave everything as intact as possible. So nothing is really changed on the Zappy Chat end. That side of the business is still using HL Pro Tools for support. We retained their developer, so their code base is still being maintained. We retained their head of customer success, so he still does office hours that are open to Zappy Chat and CloseBot users, but it's focused on Zappy Chat users that need help twice a day. So those are the resources we're using. But when January comes, we're all just launching forward. That slate is getting wiped. Hopefully by then, people will be fully integrated into the CloseBot family.
Cool. So any lifetime users, they're migrating over to, is that the plan?
Yeah, we're just honoring all plans, whether that
Wow.
be a lifetime user, they have this thing, Zappy Chat Council, all plans. It doesn't matter if it is a current paid plan, we honor it, including lifetime. So they click the button to connect their plan. And if it was a lifetime person, we just set their cost as $0 forever. And they get access to Zappy Chat and CloseBot for no cost with that plan. That was part of what Matt wanted us to honor. He wanted us to honor promises he made to his community because he's
Yeah.
man of his word.
Yes. As a user, that would not only it is important to me, but anywhere you go, it's like you see lifetime deals come and go, and you're like, oh, I got the short end of the stick of that one. So I love that he did that. So I'll link the 2 release videos that both Bryce and Matt released in the comments below, so everybody can get those details. Is there anything else anybody should know about maybe migration or like deadlines? I know you already mentioned those. So everybody should be already like payment transferred, right?
Yeah, payments are all transferred. You won't be billed from Zappy Chat anymore. Our sales and billing team is armed with an SOP to answer any questions you have, but they're easiest to access through CloseBot V2. So if you haven't already, click the button in your Zappy Chat account to link your plan. That'll have you create a new or log into an existing V2 account. And that's where you'll communicate with your new sales and billing team.
Exciting. How many salespeople do you guys have as a like a SaaS platform?
None. We don't have any
None. Wow, nice.
product-led sales. So we really
Yeah.
lean hard into the free plan and hope that people get a feel for it there. And
Hmm.
then they can self-decide, oh, this is something I want or don't want.
Hmm.
Eventually, we might have a sales team that goes after some enterprise type clients, but that'll probably be later this year when we have our lightweight CRM and some of the other features that we're looking to add.
Very cool. I'm really excited for you, Bryce.
There's just so much to do. You asked about the next 3 to 5 years. I really don't have any idea where we'll be in 3 to 5 years, but by the end of the year, we're hoping to take a serious look into voice.
Oh, cool.
Probably won't be out this year just because we have so much other stuff to do, but take a serious look at voice and start training our infrastructure around implementing that. Our lightweight CRM. So, we talked about how we want to be on top of the CRMs so you don't have to convince someone to move out of their CRM. But if you're selling to someone without a CRM at all, and you feel like GoHighLevel would be overkill for them, you'll be able to migrate them into our very simple, clean UI CRM solution. We'll probably hope to add 2 integrations to other CRMs too. We have things like Service Titan. What was the one, the real estate one? Follow up.
Follow bus
Yeah. So like we have a long list of integrations that
coming.
people have requested. So yeah, that's
Exciting.
the kind of stuff we'll look at this year. And then next year is the voice stuff. And we plan to have more like marketing tools, like split testing different personas to see which
Hmm.
AI persona ends up qualifying leads at a higher rate and automatically picking a winner and that type of stuff that people love to do with ads, doing that with your AI agents. Yeah, there's
Super cool.
so much reporting, like really detailed reporting.
Cool. Any tools and resources for like white label partners or deployment on demos, anything like that?
Something I really like that we have now is our agent sharing link, similar to snapshots. You
Okay.
can build agents and then get a link that you can share with other people that have a CloseBot account, and it will drop those agents into their account too. So there are some people starting to build a library of agents they've built with descriptions on how they work. Since it's so new, I just publicly released yesterday, a lot of these resources are being built out and not by us, but by other people. We're very
Yeah.
product focused. And that means we focus on our resources too, but not like our support resources and not necessarily resources on selling.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. I think that's all the questions I had queued up in my head for today. Any last minute things that you want to tell everybody about or share?
So 2 things. So hard to focus on selling as much as you should.
Mhm.
Guys, focus on selling more. Look at your time. And if not more than 50% of your time is spent on selling, you're messing up. Or like for me, I don't spend 50% of my time anymore on selling, but I think there's a point probably at like a 30,000 monthly recurring revenue mark. If you're below 30,000 monthly recurring revenue, at least 50% of your time needs to be spent selling product instead of building product. And then number 2 is People should believe in themselves. I'm not special. I talked about how this all feels like it's not reality. It's just happening over time. And a lot of people that are like way further ahead than I am have said the same thing. We all have imposter syndrome. And if you aren't feeling imposter syndrome, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You should absolutely try to feel that. Keep pushing and growing, and you can do it.
Yes. I was telling somebody this morning on Zoom, I was like, just try, just go for it. I was like, you don't have to have 50 videos queued up. Just do it. Do the first one. He's like, maybe I should do YouTube. I don't know. And I was like, just do the first one. Like if you haven't even started yet, you can't get to first base, let alone home run. So I was just encouraging him, just get started. And that's the same thing with sales too. So many people come to me and say, Jenna, I don't know how to sell it. I'm like, just get on the phone and talk to people. So it's the same sort of thing. So I love that you shared all that. So super appreciate it. And we'll also throw the link in the chat for how to sign up for CloseBot. Super easy onboarding process. And they have lots of documentation. So I appreciate that. And Bryce has thrown together a lot of actual video tutorials as well. So appreciate that he's a good voice and teacher online and video walkthroughs. So without further ado, thanks everybody for joining us today. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you. And that's it for today's video. I hope you found this helpful and some actionable insights to grow your business. But we're just getting started. If you want more tips, tools, and strategies to scale your business and marketing, be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, and drop a comment below. I'd sure love to hear your thoughts or answer any questions. If you're ready to take your agency to the next level, be sure to head on over to our site, levelupyoursaas.com. We've got everything you need to grow, automate, and scale. Ready to get started with HighLevel or upgrade? I've got all the links below for you. Just a quick reminder, I'm a HighLevel affiliate, not an employee. And I only recommend it because I use it every day in my business. Signing up through my link costs you nothing extra, but you'll get the exclusive tools, training, and courses to help you succeed. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.